We are continuing with rotational dynamics. Let us begin with the application of uniform circular motion. In the previous two videos, we have already seen what is the circular motion and what are the expressions associated with the circular motion. Now let us see what are the applications of uniform circular motion. The first application is vehicle along a curved circular track or unbanked road. Now let us see what is unbanked road. See, this is a circular path. On this path, the inner edge, this is the inner edge and this is the outer edge. So in unbanked road, both the edges, inner edge as well as outer edge, both the edges are at the same ground level. So such road where the inner edge and the outer edge is at the same level or it is flat, such road is called, curved road is called unbanked road. Now here we are going to study how it works, how the circular motion works on unbanked road. Now this is the car which is moving on this unbanked track. So between the wheel, tires and the surface of road, there is a force which is called as frictional force. This is frictional force. While the car is moving with a certain speed along this curved path of radius r, there are two forces acting on this car, that is centripetal force as well as centrifugal force. The centripetal force is balanced by the frictional force between the surface of the road and the wheel, and the centrifugal force is pulling the car out of the track. Same time, the weight of the car, mg, is acting vertically downward, and the normal reaction exerted by the road, by the surface, is capital N, which is perpendicular to the surface of road and in line with the weight, and it's directed upward. So this is the condition, these are the conditions for a vehicle moving along horizontal circular track. Now let us see the physics behind this. Here we have a car, a cross section of a car. Here is the center of mass. From here, the weight is acting downward, that is mg, and the normal reaction is upward, that is perpendicular to the surface along mg, and that is directed upward. The centripetal force required for this circular motion is provided by this frictional force Fs, and let r be the radius of the curved track. Now these forces, the acting forces, that is weight of the car mg vertically downward, normal reaction n vertically upward, balanced by mg, and the frictional force Fs between tire and the road. These are the forces acting on this car which is moving on curved path or a circular path. Now here in this case, these forces, that is the centripetal force, is F equals to m omega square or F equals to mv square upon r. This centripetal force mv square upon r is balanced by frictional force Fs. So the frictional force Fs becomes Fs equals to m omega square r or mv square upon r. Okay. Now the normal reaction n is balanced by mg. So n equals to mg. Let us take the ratio of Fs and n. So if you take the ratio of Fs by n, we get m omega square upon n, and here mv square upon r upon n, but n equals to mg. So this ratio will then become Fs is equal to m omega square r upon mg, and that is equal to mv square upon mgr. Okay. So the common term m will get cancelled, and we'll simply get Fs upon n equal to omega square of r upon g, or that is equal to v square upon rg. So for the given track, the radius is r, which is constant. Okay, this radius is constant. Mass of the vehicle is constant, hence n is also constant. As the speed increases, the force of static friction, Fs, that also increases. Now let us see what the relation is there between the Fs and the maximum speed. Okay. Now Fs has certain limits. Okay. So Fs maximum is equal to mu s upon n, where mu s, this term mu s, is coefficient of friction, static friction, coefficient of static friction between surface of road and the tires. Okay. Now this expression will then become, okay, let us see. Yeah, Fs max upon n is equal to mu s. So therefore V max here, this V will be V max, that is maximum speed. So this V max square, this will become V max square upon Rg, V max square upon Gr, that is equal to mu s, and that is equal to Fs, that is static force, maximum static force upon normal reaction. So if we take this much, so we'll get Vmax square is equal to mu s Rg, or Vmax is equal to under root mu s Rg. So this is the expression for maximum speed of vehicle on unbanked road. Now if you see this expression, you will find that there is no mass of vehicle. M is not there, M is absent in this term. This means that the maximum speed on unbanked road does not depend upon mass of the vehicle. If the vehicle is, say, Maruti 800, or if it is a truck of 10 tons, so this expression will remain same. That doesn't matter. What is the how it is related? It is related to the frictional, static friction, radius, and acceleration due to gravity. It at certain location, g is constant. R, if the space is available, R can be changed. But if the space is not on that track, so R has a limitation. Mu s is the friction between, coefficient of friction. So mu s can be increased by making the road rough. Okay. So by making the surface of road rough, mu s can be increased. But there is a big drawback of increasing mu s, that if the surface of road is made rough, there is possibility that the tires of the vehicle may get wear and tear. So this is the limitation for this expression, that is unbanked road. So we have that expression, final expression, Vmax is equal to under root mu s Rg. This is the expression for maximum speed on unbanked road. Now let us see one numerical, so that the things will be more clear. Here we have one numerical. Mass of the vehicle is 2600, 2600 kg, running at 100 kilometers per hour. And it's taking a turn on radius 360 meter. What should be the minimum value of mu, coefficient of friction between the surface of road and tires, for safe driving at this speed? G is given 9.8 into 9.8 meter per second square. Okay. Now here mass is given. Okay, that is in SI system. We'll keep it as it is. But the speed is given in kilometer per hour. So first of all, we have to convert kilometer per hour into meter per second. So for that, we know that we have to multiply by 1000 upon 3600. That comes out to be 5 by 18. This much, 1000 upon 3600. This comes out to be 5 by 18. and the radius is 360 meter, and everything is given to us. Okay. Now, so Vmax square is equal to mu s upon Rg. We are interested in finding out mu s. So we'll keep mu s on one side and all the remaining terms on other side. So mu s will then become Vmax square upon Rg. Okay. So on substituting this expression in place of Vmax, that is 100 into 5 by 18 whole square into 360 into 9.8, that comes out to be 0.217. So the value of coefficient of friction on this particular track is 0.217. Okay, so here the mass is just given for the confusion. Okay, see here, nothing is to be done with the mass. The mass is as it is. Okay, so leave it. Okay, don't get confused. Now let us see one more numerical problem. Find the maximum speed at which a car can safely travel along a flat curve of 100-meter radius. Mu between tire and the surface of road is 0.2. This is given to us. R is equal to 100 meter, G equals to 9.8 meter per second square, and mu equals to 0.2. This is 0.2. And Vmax we have to find out. Okay, since it's a coefficient of friction, the value is always less than 1, less than or equal to 1. So here there is a mistake, it's 0.2. So Vmax is equal to under root mu Rg. On substituting, see here we have substituted 0.2. So all the quantities we have substituted, and the final answer is 14 meter per second. So on this particular track, whose mu is, coefficient of friction is 0.2, and the radius of curve is 100 meter, on such a track where G is 9.8 meter per second square, on such a track, the maximum speed, any vehicle, maybe it is a car or it is a truck, okay, that doesn't matter. The maximum speed with which a vehicle can take a turn, safe turn without skidding is Vmax equals to 14 meter per second. Okay, so these are the application of, this is the first application of circular motion. Okay, now let us see the second application as discussed in the textbook. That is well of death or mouth ka kuwa. Now this is the well of death, and we are taking the example of motorbike. Okay. Now assume that this motorcycle is moving along this cylinder, this well, okay, in horizontal circle of radius R, and this is the center C. The radius is not shown here, but it is clear that the radius of this cylinder is R. Okay. Now this vehicle, this bike, is moving along the surface, along the vertical surface of the cylinder. Okay. Now here in this case, this vehicle is, the weight of the vehicle is acting downward. Okay. The frictional force is keeping the vehicle in balance. It's keeping the vehicle in the fixed track, and the normal reaction is exerted by the wall of the cylinder. The normal reaction is exerted by the wall of the cylinder. Now here in this case, this force Fs, frictional force Fs, is pulling the vehicle upward and keeping it in balance. It is balancing with mg and keeping the vehicle in the horizontal track, horizontal circle. Okay, the normal reaction is capital N, and this normal reaction is nothing but centripetal force. The centripetal force required for the circular motion of this vehicle is provided by normal reaction. Okay, in previous case, the vehicle was on the horizontal surface. So hence, in that case, the normal reaction is perpendicular to the surface. Okay, and the Fs is directed at the center, and centrifugal force is pulling the vehicle out of the track. So that are balanced. Now here, Fs and Mg, they are balanced, and N is providing the necessary centripetal force. Okay, so the forces acting on this vehicle is the normal reaction acting horizontally and towards the center as shown in the figure. Weight mg vertically downward, force of static friction Fs vertically upward between vertical wall and the tires. This static friction, the magnitude of static friction Fs is equal to mg, and the centripetal force is equal to m omega square r or mv square upon r, as it is shown here. N equals to m omega square r, or it is equal to mv square upon r, and Fs is balanced by mg. Now, in this case, this vehicle should have a minimum speed, minimum limiting speed, that if it goes below that speed, the vehicle will not move in the horizontal path. It will fall down. So in order to maintain this vehicle in a circular path, horizontal circular path, it should have a minimum speed. Okay, beyond that speed, no matter. But below that minimum speed, this vehicle will not able to move and it will fall to the ground. So in this case, we'll find that minimum speed. What is that minimum speed? Okay. So in this case, Fs is always less than or equal to mu Sn. In such case, Fs is always less than or equal to mu s into n. Okay. So Fs is equal to mg. We have seen in the last slide. Fs is equal to mg, and that is less than or equal to mu s into n. Okay. On keeping v square at one side and taking all the terms on another side. Okay, we get v square is equal to rg upon mu s, or v minimum is greater than or equal to under root rg into upon mu s. So this is the minimum speed for the vehicle to maintain this horizontal path. Okay, if it goes below this speed, v min, the vehicle will fall down, and if it goes beyond this, there is no problem. Okay, but this is the minimum speed. So again, if you see this expression, it doesn't depend upon mass of the vehicle. So you might have seen in the YouTube videos that vehicles are moving in this well of death. So there are cars are also there, two-wheeler is also there. Okay, so irrespective of whether it is car or a two-wheeler or a bike, okay, this is the expression. This should be the minimum speed. Okay, so I hope this to both the topics application is clear. Let us see one of the numerical. Here, in the well of death, a cyclist is undertaking horizontal circle inside the cylinder of radius 7.2 meter, 42 meter. If the necessary coefficient of friction is 0.43, how much minimum speed should cyclist maintain? Okay, here it's given cyclist, it may be car or it may be motorcycle, because we have seen that it is irrespective, that expression is, this expression is irrespective of the mass. So we can take cycle or motorcycle. Okay, so these are the given quantities. Mu is equal to 7.42 meter, mu s is equal to 0.43, and we have to find out v min. So v min is under root rg upon mu s. We'll substitute all the values. We'll calculate this and take the square root of this. So we'll get v min equals to 3 meters per second. So in this case, in this well, where the radius is 7.42 meter and the coefficient of friction is 0.43, in this particular well, the minimum speed should be 13 meter per second. If the speed goes below 13 meter per second, the vehicle will not be maintained in the horizontal track, and it will have to take a lower circle, and then it will come to ground. Okay, so minimum 13 meter per second is the required speed to maintain the vehicle in a horizontal track. Okay, so in this way we have seen two applications, that is the application of circular motion, that is motion of vehicle on horizontal track or unbanked road, and the well of death. In the next video, we'll see on the banking of track, how it takes place. We'll see the numericals also. So you are requested to, if you have any question, you are first requested to subscribe our channel and also press the bell icon. If you have any numerical difficulties on this particular topic, that is unbanked road and well of death, Maut Ka Kuwa. If you have any difficulty or if you have any doubt, you can ask those questions in a comment section. And even if you have numeric problems, you can ask that in comment section. So again, we request you to subscribe our channel and also press the bell icon. Thanks for watching this video.